Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you know what I'm going to say right here. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. Give me a thumbs up and make sure you share this video. So today is the third day of the 14 days of Liz the One videos. I'll be cranking out another one after this about the beginning of the Hotep Hustle. The Hotep Hustle King himself, Dr. Malachi York, or he's not really a doctor, but Dr. Malachi York is what they call him. Anyway, I want to talk about the Flint water crisis. It's still here, and I just want to remind people and give them an update. It started in 2014, and a lot of people think that the city officials were responsible for this, but that's not exactly true. See, the governor at the time, whose name was Rick Snyder, I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but he suspended the power of the mayor, the city council, and he appointed emergency managers. So I'm telling you this because I know some people blame the city officials, but these emergency managers were put in place by this governor, which I still don't think is legal, but I have not seen anything about people filing lawsuits. But going across your screen, you should see the emergency managers, and some of them have been brought up on charges, indicted. So the governor, noticeably, he pretty much appointed emergency managers in black cities like Detroit. He made the emergency manager file for bankruptcy there. That was not the mayor of Detroit's doing. The emergency manager basically gave out orders to switch the town from Detroit, the Detroit water supply, to a Flint water supply. But when they switched, they didn't put anti-corrosion measures in the water, so the pipes corroded, and that's what led to the Flint water crisis. So the pipes were corroded. They didn't put the anti-corrosion agents in the water after the move to make sure that the corrosion issues didn't happen. As a result, this is called behavior problems, health and developmental problems in children, lead poisoning, infertility. A lot of the women have miscarriages, and it's very difficult for them to conceive. A lot of them have not conceived. Today, even though some government officials claim that the water is safe, that's really far from the truth. So the water from the source is clean, but all the pipes that were corroded have not been replaced yet. So the water is still not safe to drink. So these pipes haven't been replaced, and there's still a lot of corrosion and lead in there. And I know a lot of people would sit up here and say, well, why won't they just move? You have to understand, Flint is very poor. Even though there's a GM there, and when this happened, GM had to bring in, and I would like to think, and I can't really say this for certain, but I'm going to be checking into it. I want to think that this may have had something to do with a lot of the job cuts that happened in Flint through GM, because the water was so toxic, it was corroding like the vehicles and rusting it. So I'm going to be looking further into that, but I'm going to assume, and this is just my assumption, that this could have been the reason why GM suspended a lot of jobs. I think they held on as long as they could, even though the GM is still going strong there. So I'm going to get back to the topic. So even though the water is good from the source, there are still problems. The water is still not clean because it's still running through those same old corroded pipes. People still have trust issues, and rightly so. I know that we don't think about it because we're very fortunate, and we're very fortunate to live in towns where our water is pretty much safe, even though I still use a water filter just because we don't think about this. So if you want to donate to something, I want to encourage you all to find a Flint organization and donate to them, even if you just donate like water or something like that to them, because they still can't use the water. And I know that it's been since 2014. It's probably going to be about over a decade, another decade, before this problem gets fixed. So it's easier said than done. You still have some celebrities that go there and kind of donate but it looks like a lot of politicians now are kind of shifting focus. It looks like the news, the mainstream news, doesn't really talk about it anymore. But I just kind of want to encourage you guys to find a legit organization associated with Flint. Even if you give like $5 or something like that to just buy a few bottles of water for the people there. If anything, just do it for the kids there, you know. I'm not really trying to like tug at your heartstrings, but I know that people ask you to donate to a lot of things, and those things are not exactly, they don't really matter. You know, a whole city was poisoned, and the governor, even though he appointed the emergency managers, he has not been held accountable. I know people think, you know, oh, the mayor, but it wasn't the mayor. The mayor didn't really have problems. And the current mayor is still fighting the up mountain battle, trying to get everything back on track. I'm going to see what measures have been taken. A lot of things have been taken to Capitol Hill about it, but it seems like Governor Rick Snyder is kind of the Teflon Don. He kind of got away scot-free is what it's looking like. But I put up on the screen people that have been indicted for it, but those emergency managers were put there, and I've never really seen it. I didn't even know that you could suspend the power of the mayor of the city council and put him, you know, just so you can put in place a policy that you want. So if anything, I'm asking you guys to find a legit Flint charity organization that will give water to the people and donate to that. Anyway, that's really all I have to say about that. Thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. Like I said, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like this video. And even if you don't like the video, please share it, because I would love to remind people about the Flint water crisis. Thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. Peace out.